Welcome back to the Azure AI Apps and Agents Developer Associate Exam Prep Series. In this video, we are covering Developer Tools and SDKs, the environments, extensions, and libraries you need to actually write, test, and deploy code for Azure AI solutions. Writing AI applications is not just about the portal. Developers need real tooling, and Microsoft has a clear set of recommendations for what to use and why. Here is what we are going to walk through today. We will start with the development environments available, specifically Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code, and why both are well suited for Azure AI development. Then we will go into the Foundry Toolkit extension for Visual Studio Code, a purpose-built extension that streamlines the Foundry development workflow directly inside your editor. After that, we will look at GitHub and GitHub Copilot and how they fit into the AI development picture. And finally, we will cover the key programming languages and SDKs, the Microsoft Foundry SDK, the OpenAI API, and the Foundry Tools SDKs. Let us get into it. So let us start with development environments. When building Azure AI applications, developers have a choice of tooling, and the right choice depends on the languages and frameworks they work with. The first option is Microsoft Visual Studio. This is a full-featured integrated development environment, and it is particularly well suited to developers who build applications on the .NET framework using languages like C#. If you're working in an enterprise context, building Windows-based or managed applications, Visual Studio is a natural fit. The second option is Visual Studio Code. This is a lightweight code editor rather than a full IDE, but it is highly extensible and supports a wide range of open source languages and libraries. If you work with Python, Node, TypeScript, Java, or similar technologies, VS Code is likely already very familiar. The key point is that both environments are fully supported for Azure AI development. The choice comes down to your preferred language and workflow. And for Foundry-based AI development, VS Code has an additional advantage we are going to look at right now. If you are developing Microsoft Foundry-based AI applications inside Visual Studio Code, there is a dedicated extension that makes the workflow significantly smoother, the Foundry Toolkit extension for VS Code. This extension bridges the gap between the Foundry portal and your code editor. So instead of constantly switching between a browser and your IDE, you can handle much of the Foundry workflow directly inside VS Code. There are 5 key things the Foundry Toolkit gives you. The first is browsing and managing project resources. From inside VS Code, you can view and work with your deployed models, agents, connections, and vector stores without opening the portal. Next is model deployment. You can deploy models directly from the Foundry model catalog without leaving the editor. Then, integrated playgrounds, where you can test model and agent behavior as part of your active development loop. The fourth capability is agent configuration, giving you a visual designer and YAML-based tooling for both declarative and hosted agents. And the fifth is integration code generation. The extension can automatically generate the code you need to connect your agents to your applications. Together, these 5 capabilities make VS Code the most streamlined environment for Foundry-based AI development. Alongside the development environment itself, source control is a critical part of any real development project. And GitHub is the world-leading platform for exactly that. GitHub is not just a place to store code. It is the foundation of modern DevOps management. Version control, branching strategies, pull requests, code reviews, and release pipelines all live here. For team-based AI development, GitHub can be a critical element of the workflow. And the good news is that both Visual Studio and VS Code provide native integration with GitHub, so you do not need to set anything complex up. Now, alongside GitHub itself comes GitHub Copilot. This is an AI assistant that works inside your development environment and helps you write code faster and more effectively. Copilot can suggest code completions, generate boilerplate, explain existing code, and help with common patterns. For AI application developers working with new SDKs and APIs, having an AI assistant that understands the libraries you're working with is genuinely useful. Both GitHub and GitHub Copilot are worth knowing as part of the broader Azure AI Developer Toolkit. Before we dive into the specific SDKs, it is worth noting the breadth of programming language support for Azure AI development. You can build AI applications using Microsoft C Sharp, Python, Node, TypeScript, Java, and other common languages. This is important because the Azure AI SDKs are not Python only. They are designed to support the languages that real development teams use. If your team works in C Sharp for a .NET backend, that is supported. If you are building a Python service or a node-based API layer, that is equally supported. The key principle here is that developers should choose the language they are most comfortable with, and the Azure AI SDKs will meet them there. With that foundation in place, let us look at the three specific SDK layers you need to know. The first is the Microsoft Foundry SDK. This is the SDK designed specifically for working with Microsoft Foundry-based AI applications programmatically. When you write code to connect to a Foundry project, access agents through the Foundry agent service, or work with Foundry IQ knowledge stores, the Foundry SDK is what you use. Think of it as the bridge between your application code and the Foundry-specific assets living in your project. The models you have deployed, the agents you have configured, the connections you have set up. If the Foundry portal is the visual interface for working with your project, the Foundry SDK is the programmatic interface. Anytime your application needs to interact with features that are specifically part of the Foundry platform, rather than just calling a model endpoint, the Foundry SDK is the right tool. The second SDK layer is the OpenAI API. Now you might be wondering, if we are building on Azure with Foundry, why would we use the OpenAI API? The answer is flexibility. When you deploy models in Foundry that support OpenAI syntax, you can access them through the Azure OpenAI endpoint using standard OpenAI SDKs. This means that if your team has already built application code using OpenAI SDKs for Python, Node, or another language, you can point that same code at a Foundry deployed model without having to rewrite the integration. It is also the right choice when you are building chat applications and your model deployment supports OpenAI syntax and you do not need Foundry specific features like agents or Foundry IQ. The important thing to understand is that the OpenAI API and the Foundry SDK are not in competition. They serve different access patterns. The Foundry SDK is for Foundry native features. The OpenAI API is for OpenAI compatible model access. In practice, your application might well use both. The third SDK layer is Foundry Tools SDKs. Foundry Tools, as you may recall from earlier in the series, is the suite of AI service capabilities: text analysis, speech recognition and synthesis, translation, content understanding, hosted in your Foundry resource and available to your projects. Foundry Tools SDKs are the language-specific libraries that let you consume those capabilities in your application code. They are available for multiple languages and frameworks: C Sharp, Python, JavaScript, Java, and others, and they give you a richer development experience than calling raw HTTP endpoints. You get type models, helper methods, authentication handling, and built-in retry logic, which means you can focus on the capability rather than the plumbing. And for scenarios where an SDK is not available or not the right fit, Foundry tools can also be accessed through their REST APIs. This means any HTTP capable language or platform can call Foundry tools capabilities without needing a language-specific library. So whether you're working with an SDK or calling REST endpoints directly, the full range of Foundry Tools capabilities is accessible from your application code. Let us step back and look at the full picture. When you are building Azure AI applications on Foundry, you are working across several layers simultaneously. At the top is your development environment, Visual Studio or VS Code. If you are in VS Code, the Foundry Toolkit extension brings Foundry project management directly into your editor. Behind your editor is GitHub for source control and DevOps, and GitHub Copilot to assist your coding as you work. Then comes your SDK layer, and this is where the three SDKs come in together. The Foundry SDK handles Foundry native features, connecting to your project, working with agents through the Foundry agent service, and accessing Foundry IQ knowledge stores. The OpenAI API handles OpenAI compatible model access through the Azure OpenAI endpoint. And Foundry Tools SDKs handle the AI service capabilities you need: text analysis, speech, translation, and content understanding. All three SDK layers connect ultimately to your Foundry project, where your models, agents, tools, and knowledge assets live. That is the Azure AI developer stack. Environment, source control, and SDKs all working together around a Foundry project at the center. And that wraps up everything you need to know about developer tools and SDKs. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on so you catch the next video in the series as soon as it drops. And if you have not watched the previous parts of the series yet, the link to the playlist is available in the description section of the video. I will see you in the next one.